And finally, the Prime Minister frames Project Grenada as an agenda of national unity and inclusiveness, involving participation from diverse allies that represent all groups in the interest of national development. I do have to wonder, however, why Project Grenada doesn't involve making himself available to all media platforms that represent the diversity of audiences in Grenada and in the diaspora. Is it the case that they view journalists as mere functionaries that perform the task of image management? Or is it the case that asking tough questions is analogous to parroting an oppositional agenda? Some journalists, like myself, perennially receive the cold shoulder when interview requests are made. The excuse offered is that he is busy, which is a curiosity to me, as he is never too busy to appear on certain platforms over others. He also now has curated invitation only press availabilities, which to my mind is not inclusive and is a deviation from the ideals that he espouses in Project Grenada. And then there are media people in Grenada who revel in having access to power, and as such would see my advocacy as one that is couched in terms of troublemaking, which makes me convinced that they do not understand the adversarial role of the journalist and the fourth estate in a democratic society. I continue to be baffled by his reluctance to appear on certain platforms such as the Bubb Report. This battle tested leader, with the gift of colloquial gab, who has the distinction of beating his opponents to a political pulp, can't be afraid of a few journalists. I find that very hard to believe, Prime Minister. Sometimes I also want to give the Prime Minister the benefit of the doubt, since it may very well be that his media gatekeepers are the ones who are shielding him from certain platforms. I don't know what his all powerful media gatekeepers at the botanical gardens have been telling him, but it is glaringly obvious that there is a discriminatory approach here, which is quite unfortunate. It is also quite unfortunate that the Media Workers Association in Grenada has neglected to address this issue. I suppose advocating for certain journalists is not a thing anymore, since doing so may cause their access to be cut off. A free press, not a political public relations press, is a key feature of democratic societies. And the last I checked, Grenada is still a democracy, unless I missed the memo that says otherwise. I continue to respectfully and forcefully call for the leader of the new National Party to be inclusive in his approach to communicating with all media, since that should be a key feature of Project Grenada. And to be fair to many of his ministers of government, a lot of them have actually appeared on the Bubb Report, and they must be credited for that. And a final note on the election. When this national process ends on Thursday, Grenadians will get on with their lives in a nation both blessed and challenged as always. The winning candidate is likely to eventually take responsibility for moving the country forward, navigating major economic decisions, and managing very uncertain and challenging times. Either of the Mitchells face an urgent task, and that is to assure the country that they can be trusted to meet the needs of the national community in every sector. Voting, therefore, is a profound act of faith, a belief that even if your voice can't change policy on its own, it makes a difference. I am your humble servant, Dr. Kellen Bubb. On behalf of our hardworking team here at the Bubb Report, we thank you for watching.